Same way you got here, JB. I mean,
Easy now, easy. If you don't mind, shut that door behind you. Oh, that's you want to
Close the door.
Yeah, please.
One for each of us.
Yeah, one for each of you. That's just a copy, that's the one that's on Facebook.
sir.
I just give you a printed copy of it. Did anybody have a one they wanted to put on, or is it all of them?
That's all of us.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Y'all hear it? Is the voice sounding okay?
Yes, sir.
Just tell me when y'all ready.
Whatever you are, sir.
Okay, recently I've been the subject of false and misleading accusations concerning remarks I made during last week's immigration forum here in Tyler, where myself and about 6 or 7 other East Texas sheriffs were trying to do the right thing and meet with the citizens of the community who were afraid to go to work, afraid to go to church, afraid to send their kids to school. And I just want people to understand we're in a little bit different situation as sheriffs and law enforcement officers than, for instance, ICE does. ICE has one thing, the Immigration Customs Enforcement has one thing they do. They do that enforcement. We do that in the jail in the 287G program, along with every other crime you can imagine. And there are many different ways that we have to get to gain the trust of the community in order to properly do our job. And that was the main reason that we had this. We didn't do it to showboat. We didn't do it to do anything other than for the right reason. And it's disingenuous for some of these people that come out of the woodwork, as you'll see, since I just found out I had a removal from office petition filed against me for no apparent reason, full of lies, again, but that'll come out as well. And it's a shame when, again, I've been here 12 years, and I know every one of y'all. And I don't think any one of you will say I've done anything other than try to do my job and do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm not going to be sidelined and sidetracked by this junk. And when I say junk, I'm talking about this right here, the headlines. They make bond, they get out of the Texas Sheriff defies Abbott. Well, as any of y'all that saw the Facebook post last night, when I was president of the Sheriff's Association of Texas last year, I took a letter along with 60 other sheriffs down to the Capitol to support Governor Abbott on his border work, to keep our, when the federal government wouldn't do it, and Governor Abbott took it upon himself, along with DPS and Parks and Wildlife and the National Guard, to secure our borders, which the lack of security of our borders has killed over 100,000 in the United States from fentanyl. And now we have a president that wants to secure the borders, and people want to come out with this, you know, that's all we hear, let's secure the border, let's secure the border. Now they're coming out of the woodwork, what are you going to secure the border for? Why are you doing this? And again, I halted our I put on hold with ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, our 287G program in the jail, of which we were one of the first 14 to join that program, and still for many years were the only 14 out of 254 counties in the state of Texas that were a member of the 287G program. I ran my first campaign and campaigned on the 287G jail model program and the 287G task force model program. The difference being the task force is out on the street working to enforce immigration laws, where the jail model identifies, once you go through the fingerprint process in the jail, anything from a Class C misdemeanor that they're in jail for to a felony, to a capital crime. they identify those persons when they run their fingerprints to find out they were not born in the United States of America. And when I suspended that, before I suspended that program, my personnel, the sheriff's office personnel, processed all of that. When I suspended the program, it did nothing other than shift that burden over back to ICE. When we run the fingerprints, and those fingerprints show up that that person was not born in the United States of America, we get on the phone and we call ICE in Dallas. The only difference is they're processing now the detainer as opposed to my 287G personnel doing the detainer. After this new administration came in, I've already identified 4 individuals that are going to be going to the ICE Academy in Charleston, South Carolina, and they're going to reinitiated our 287G program. Again, nothing has changed. The people still went. It's just who processed them is the only difference. And I've been asked a question, are you going to identify people out here on the street that are illegal aliens? Which the only way of doing that, I can't tell by your skin or yours what country you're coming from, and nor are we going to ask on the street. We're not going to profile. If somebody breaks the law, the first thing that will happen, they'll be taken to the jail, and when during the processing portion of their bookend, it will show when they run the fingerprints if they were born in the United States of America or not. It'll show that they weren't. Then if we're part of the 287G program, we have a different fingerprint machine that is tied into Immigration Customs Enforcement database that we process and do the detainers. That's going to start again when our personnel get out of the academy. But until then, we're still going to do what we've been doing and pick up the phone and call ICE. This is the charge we got on them, and do you want a detainer or not? And they will let us know. Once they finish what we have them for, they lay out enough days that their sentence is done with, or they make bond. We hold them for ICE, notify ICE, and at that point they have 48 hours to pick them up from our jail. If they don't pick them up in 48 hours, we have to, by law, release them. Otherwise, we're subject to a civil lawsuit. So I just want to get some of those things straight. By doing what we've done nothing but try to put mostly, it's not all Hispanic, but mostly Hispanic undocumented immigrants, put them at ease, and we can't, we've got 600,000 major crime people in the United States that have been caught and released that we don't know where they are. Those are the first 600,000 that ICE wants to get. Imagine millions of people we're trying to send back at one time. That does not mean that we're not going to do our job, but what are we going to prioritize? And there's a difference in prioritizing and just saying you're not going to do something. I've never said we're not going to do anything. We're going to continue to do our job. But if I get out here and talk to, like I'm talking to you, to the people I was trying to put at ease, that's counterproductive. We don't want chaos in our streets of Smith County. And that was the whole reason what we were trying to do with the town hall meeting. And took my office as president, I'm immediate past president of the Sheriff's Association, and I were in D.C. together, and we started talking to people, sheriffs, and they wanted to come because they have the same issues we got. And I want to be known, I'm not talking bad about ICE or anybody else. It's just the way the situation is. There's so much, everything's so fluid right now that ICE is developing their tactics they're going to use, where people are. They don't have time to talk to us right now, but what's got to happen is they got to filter the information down about how we're going to work together, local, state, and federal law enforcement, to do this big task that's got to be done. And so I think I pretty much covered most of what I wanted to cover. I don't know if y'all seen this. I'm sure you have. all kinds of untruths in it. I just want to set the record straight, and I'm open for any questions.
Can you hold that up real quick so we can see it? Because it looks like there was a headline.
I hate to give them any advertisement, but I'll hold it up.
Okay. Do you know who did that? Was it on state or national?
I don't know where the people are from. It's, I did know the name of it, but I've forgotten it already. That's how much I think of it.
It's okay. You made the reference that you wanted to make things better, but you did make things, you feel like you've made things worse. I had two questions to this. Part one is, when you wanted to make things better, were you wanting to make things better for the Hispanic community?
I wanted people not to be in chaos in Smith County and other counties around here because they were getting uneasy about all this. And I wanted to put their mind at ease that we are not going to change what we're doing. We're doing everything properly. We're still complying to state and federal law, the way we're doing things. And quite frankly, the reason that the DWI thing came in about why are you not arresting, or driver's license, I'm sorry, the driver's license. Why are you not arresting them? That's where the car ran off the road. The reason we're not arresting for driver's license is we stopped arresting because of lack of space in our jail from COVID forward. We're not doing Class C misdemeanors in the jail. Had we been doing Class C misdemeanors in the jail, they would have gone to ICE, and ICE would have still, many times if it's a Class C misdemeanor, they won't even do a detainer. But they would have had the authority to make that decision. We don't make that decision for them. We would still forward that paperwork to ICE in Dallas, and they would make the decision as whether or not to do a detainer. The same as my personnel that conduct the ICE program within our jail, and when the new ones get out of the academy, that's what they'll be doing. We've still got all the equipment we had before. We didn't shut the program down. We just suspended it. And it's going to be back operational. I've cooperated 100%. We delivered, when I was president of the association last year, we delivered that letter to the governor at the Capitol in his support of Operation Lone Star. Operation Lone Star, by the way, that Governor Abbott came up with is going to be the model for the whole United States, the Arizona border, the Canadian border, all the borders, California is going to be the way the federal government is going to operate. And so Governor Abbott has done an outstanding job doing what he could do to protect our citizens of the state of Texas at the border. And I applaud him for that. Love him or hate him, and some people love him, some people hate him. I'm not talking about Governor Abbott, I'm talking about President Trump. You can't say he's not making some moves and fulfilling the promises that he's promised to do. And it's a long time coming. And I say that not because we have undocumented immigrants coming across, but when those undocumented immigrants come across the wrong way, they many times, as families come across, are turned into sex slaves by the coyotes. They're victims. They're afraid to talk to us if we don't deal with them properly. And again, we've got multiple things, laws that we have to enforce where, again, Immigration and Customs and Border Patrol have just specific laws that they don't have to worry about the victims of sexual assault, the victims of homicide and things like that. Those cases come to the local law enforcement, and we have to be able to gain the trust and maintain the trust of those individuals that come over here legally or illegally in order to do our job properly. And again, I've been in office 12 years. I've been in law enforcement 48. The time and day that I have to change from the way I conduct business and doing law enforcement, I'm going to the house. But things will be business as usual. We will cooperate with ICE 100%. Tom Homan's office, the Czar, Border Czar, 100%. The minute the 287G task force program goes into operation, we will be a member of it.
Sheriff, in the letter, you did clarify a lot of things, but one line you said, I extend my serious apologies to the citizens of Smith County, Governor Abbott, his office, Tom Homan, and President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you apologize to all of those people?
Well, the apology was really meant specifically for Governor Abbott. And the reason being is I felt like that because everything I said out there was misconstrued. I apologize for him having to hear that noise and nonsense, having think that I might have been part of the cause of it. I think he knew better, and when I called and talked to his office and his chief of staff yesterday, he definitely knew better. He knows where I stand, and I still stand with Governor Abbott 100%. Always have, always will, as long as he's got the which I have no doubt he will, have the business of the citizens of Texas best interest in mind. And he's shown, just like I have, that I'm going to do what I tell you I'm going to do, and he's going to do what he tells you he's going to do. And he always has, and he continues to do so. And then pick up where I left off a while ago, we took the letter to the border. To the Capitol, to Governor Abbott. Last year at our sheriff's conference, he mentioned me having brought the letter down there and us being on board with everything he was trying to do at the border. I've testified as president of the Sheriff's Association at the Capitol during the legislative session last time, as well as the extended legislative session, which, if y'all remember, was mostly border items on there. And the Senate Bill 4 that got passed, we were talked on behalf of it and were for it. But unfortunately, Senate Bill 4 does nothing for us in the interior of the state of Texas. It's around border towns, border crossings, and checkpoints is where that can be used. Because you have to prove that they came across the border around a checkpoint illegally.
What were those complaints that Governor Abbott was hearing?
Oh, I don't know about complaints he was hearing. He just, what I'm referring to, if he listened to what I said and what I did, there would have been no problem. But he listened to this junk here. I take that back. He didn't listen to it. This is what he was getting down there. And that's the reason I wanted to set the record straight. This is the farthest thing from the truth. It's packed with lies and misinterpretations and all of that.
And Sheriff, just to clarify, for the citizens of Smith County, your deputies, they would not be out on routine stopping people for like a traffic violation and interrogating them to find out if they're citizens or not.
Absolutely not. The first one that does that is going to be looking for a job.
And also, will there come a time, say, if ICE is in the area and they need y'all's assistance, where y'all will be called upon to assist ICE?
100%. And I'm glad you asked that, because that question came up in Washington, D.C. in a meeting with two high officials. It wasn't the border czar, but two other high officials with ICE were there, and the deal came up about something that happened on the border, a border town. I can't remember what county it was recently, where a gentleman comes to his front door and there's two people sitting in the car with masks on. And he goes out there and asks them what they're doing. They tell them to get back in your house, And they get out of the car and they have ice on them, on their shirt, and with hoods on. Well, he came back out with his rifle, and they had a confrontation. The sheriff's office was called. And we stressed to those two individuals with ICE, we're on the same team. If you're going to be working in the county where we're the sheriff of, call ahead. Let's make a plan where we're not surprised. We'll get in the car with you and work beside you till the cows come home. But we have to work together as state, local, and federal law enforcement. I work for two different federal agencies. I know how it is. But we've got to all work together, which I think that's going to be the plan. I have full confidence at the state and federal level at this time with who is running Homeland Security, Immigration Customs Enforcement, and as well as, of course, DPS and everyone else that's involved. Have full confidence, and we will be partners with them from now till we get this situation under control.
And Smith County would not be doing the job of ICE. That's for ICE to do the job themselves of going out rounding up people.
That's correct. Until the 287G task force model comes and we're able to be a part of that, we will assist them, and we are able to work separate from them, if something were to come up and they just weren't happen to be in town or whatever, we could do the same job as them and then go through their procedure to process those individuals. And I can think of many people here that are here illegally that we hadn't been able to do anything with, and those are the ones I'm going to put on notice right now that have been the subject and the actor in major crimes here in Smith County. When we get the 287G task force program, they better get ready because they're headed south. Yes, ma'am.
Looking back, do you feel the town hall achieved its intended purpose, or are there aspects which you approach differently in hindsight?
I got acted too quickly without sitting and trying to determine what some other people who don't have the right purpose in mind and want to cause deceit and everything. I didn't factor that in. The venue I had it at, I should have had it at a venue where I was in more control of. There's just several things that went wrong, and we advertised it, and people got in that were there to disrupt it, as was obvious. So that took a lot out of what we were really trying to do, and it got a little chaotic there for a little bit, but we brought it under control. But in doing so, you don't get everything done that you want to do. And we were there over 2 hours as it was. So,
Do you see y'all, you and the other sheriffs doing another town hall meeting, but doing it on a different scale?
I probably won't do another town hall meeting for several months, but yes, we will do other town hall meetings. I want to, unless you go out to where everybody is, I can't sit here in my office and get information from the street and determine what's truth and what's fiction. I can't do that until I put my finger on the pulse out here in the community where it's going on. And even even if we're not doing a meeting, I still go out in the neighborhoods and talk to people, many of which I know and many that I don't know.